Welcome to Life Happens and Then You Die, the podcast about life and everything in between. This week is a little bit different due to a lack of planning on my part and some scheduling conflicts. I don't have Melissa with me this week, and so I wouldn't bore you to death by just talking solo. I did what every good podcast co host would do, and I called my sister. All right, so I asked my sister a bunch of random questions in this episode. So hopefully you find it entertaining. One thing to know, I did record the conversation on my phone, so the audio is not the greatest, but I hope you still enjoy it. If your personality came with a warning label, what would it say?
Oh man. Um, Honestly, I have no idea.
I
Like,
do.
okay, you tell me. What would yours say?
You know how on some restaurants they have menus and they have a little chili pepper next to it to say that these are hot? Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah, your name would just have chili peppers next to it. Spicy.
I like it. I like it, like it, like it. That's really funny. And it could go in so many different ways. So, um, I don't even know.
Yeah, see, it could be a warning label or it could be a label to let you know how exciting things are gonna be.
Yeah, that's so crazy. That was really good. What about for you?
Me? Uh, I don't know, probably one of those, like, do not enter signs.
Oh my gosh, stop. Oh, you kill me. I was thinking more like, I gotta think of something. I'm trying to think of an animal that you remind me of. It's like you're typically like really calm and really like quiet, but every once in a while when you make the wrong person mad, which is very, very far and few in between, but every once in a while when you make the wrong person or the wrong person makes you mad, is what I meant to say. You're kind of like feral.
Oh, like our brother?
Yes, that's exactly who I was thinking of.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think there's like 2 people that irritate you like that.
Yeah. I know. Is that like the personality of a raccoon?
Maybe.
I don't know,
I don't
people
know.
listening, maybe you tell us what kind of animal acts that way.
Yeah, like really cutesy, really nice, really intelligent, and then the wrong person opens their mouth and she's like,
Right. What's an adult problem that sounds completely ridiculous when you say it out loud?
"Oh my gosh, I feel like every adult problem." One for me, which I know it's not ridiculous, like, it's funny that you actually say that because I was just talking to my friend Brandon about this, because, like so I've been up for a very long time, like, I worked overnight, and then I had a bunch of appointments, and so I'm, like, trying to stay awake until a decent hour so I can sleep all night. Anyways, so I think an adult problem is being, like, ridiculously tired to where you just are I don't even know, like, crazy. Like, when I'm tired, I don't know if you are this way, but when I'm tired, like, I don't make sense. I can't think. I sometimes I get, like, hysterical, like, I laugh over things that are, like, not even funny, but they are hilarious to me when I'm exhausted,
Yeah. It's
and I
like
think it
being
sounds ridiculous.
drunk without drinking.
Yes. Yes, exactly. Like, you can't control yourself at all. What about for you?
Mine is the older you get, and I don't have to drink anything before bed, and I can use the bathroom before bed, but at 3 a.m. every freaking night, I wake up to have to go pee, and it drives me nuts.
That is crazy because I'm older than you and I've had 5 kids and maybe I just ignore my bladder though, because I do not get up in the middle of the night. I'm like, no. But to be fair, I don't sleep a lot And so it could be why. Maybe I do like every morning when I get up. Maybe if I slept the normal amount that we're supposed to sleep, I probably would get up in the middle of the night too.
See, and I don't sleep that much either. But I know when I was a kid, I had that kidney bladder issue, so I
Yeah.
do not hold it, and I think that's just my body being wired for it.
Yeah. Whereas my body's like, we think we're full, maybe, yeah. And then I sneeze and I'm like, oh, yep, yep, yep. I need to go right now.
Right now, this question won't apply to me, but it does apply to you. What is the strangest question one of your kids have ever asked?
I don't even know. Do you know of any questions that they've asked me? I can't even think of anything right now.
I don't know. Not like super crazy, just some that are ridiculously funny sometimes, like Maite and wanting food.
Oh my gosh, that girl. I have to tell you about something, and it's not like it wasn't a question that she asked me, but earlier today, while I was trying to keep myself awake in between appointments and wandering around, I came and picked her up, and then her and I and the baby, we went uh, and ran some errands. Anyways, we went into, or no, before we left, she's like, Mom, I'm gonna go get some pizza because we had bought Little Caesars yesterday, day before, I can't remember. Anyways, she's like, I'm gonna go get some and then I'll get you a piece and then we can just eat it on the way. And I was like, deal. She goes literally out to the kitchen and then I hear her huffing and puffing and then she's like, ugh. And I'm like, what? And she's like, never mind. And I'm like, "What?" She's like, "The fat boys ate all the pizza." And I was like, "My day, seriously?" I was like, "Girl, how many pieces of pizza did you have?" She's like, "2." I was like, "That's all I had. That's all Roman had." I was like, "We got 2 pizzas, which that's 16 pieces, and there's 6 of us that had at least 2 pieces of pizza." And Tegan and Joppa had more. So I'm like, "Seriously?" And she's like, "Yes, mom, but they had that many yesterday and then they ate today." And I was like, "Oh my gosh, Maite, you are the only one that is throwing a fit about food. Like this girl, she acts like I starve her to death. I'm not kidding." And you can ask anybody that knows me. I always have food in my house. It may not be the best food ever, but I always have food in my house. Well, recently I've been buying a lot more junk, which I probably shouldn't do, but I am. But I always have food in my house. So when they act like that, it irritates me.
You do. Although I can sympathize with her or empathize with her because when I am craving something and I think I have it and I go look and it's gone, I get super sad. And then I just don't want anything else because it's not what I was craving.
That is
I'm
exactly how she is. She's taking after you. Rude.
yes, ew. And I'm terrible with food. I don't eat that often. Like I don't have any groceries right now. And I really don't because I don't have any places. Okay, I have a bag of popcorn somewhere, so I guess I have that. And I have Gushers because I'm on a candy kick, which I should not be. But when I used to actually have food, like canned food and dried food and stuff, if the fridge was
Mhm.
empty, I didn't have food. I would never just go get that stuff.
Oh my gosh. And like, especially as my kids got older, if I was hungry, but I didn't want to cook, which is all the time, because one thing you got to know about me is I hate cooking, but I love eating. Anyways, so I would just go to the kitchen and get like a can of green beans, which I'm not a huge fan of green beans, but if it's right there and it's going to fill me up and it's not full of sugar that's going to rot my teeth out or make me gain 500 pounds, like I'm down. Green beans all day. I will eat a can of whatever, or I don't even know, eat peanut butter. Peanut butter is my go-to, especially since I got braces, which is really bad because I'm going through way too much peanut butter. But like at night when I'm working, um, because I don't have a lot of time in my breaks, and I'm always nursing the baby on my breaks so that I don't have to like take additional time off and then work later. And so I typically this is my schedule on my breaks, and you'll have to rein me back in once I tell you this because I forgot where I was going with this. But anyways, typically on my breaks, I go to the bathroom first, get some peanut butter, get the baby and start nursing. Like that is my break. So I've been going through like jars of peanut butter like crazy. And so peanut butter is my go-to. I love it. And it's good for you. I mean, probably not the way I'm eating it, but I figure if I can eat a couple of tablespoons and it'll last me for an hour or 2, I'm golden.
See, I go through phases. Like I've been super frugal with food. And I was shopping and I found Vienna sausages, and I hadn't had that since we were kids because that's what they always had at grandma's house. It's like, I'm gonna
Yeah.
get 6 cans of Vienna sausages for like $1.80. So that's what I had for dinner, and it wasn't not bad, not as good as I remember as a kid, but all the salt and everything, I regret eating it. But I had it, so I
I
ate all of it.
totally didn't even think about that. Yeah. Yeah, I feel that, but they're so little. My problem is if I like it, I will eat too much sometimes. It depends, I guess. If it's something that I really, really like, then I'm like, it's totally fine. It's not like you do this every time because most of the time I try not to eat the food that I like the most because I want to eat food because it's what my body needs, not because I like the flavor and I like the taste and that's all I want.
Our next question, this one might take some thought. If aliens
Oh
watched
man.
humans for a week, would confuse them the most?
Ooh, that's a good one. You're doing all these thought provoking things to my poor brain. That's like, I'm tapped out. Let's see here. What would confuse them the most? Honestly, I feel like pretty much everything we do, because what I think of an alien, I think of somebody that is more intelligent than us. And that may not be the case, but I feel like, and that's probably just because I watch too many movies or that's what I've always been told. But uh, like ancient aliens. Anyway, like, so I picture them as being like really smart. And so I feel like everything we do, they're probably like, why would you do that? Like, that that's going to hurt you. Why would you do that? For example, I eat fruits and veggies and other stuff that I'm allergic to. Why? Because I like it. That's why. I'm not like deathly allergic to it or anything, but I did find something else that I'm allergic to. Um, so we had Little Caesars earlier and we had garlic parmesan wings. Right after I ate one bite, my nose was completely stuffy.
See, my immediate thought was they would be confused when, like, you're talking to yourself. It's like I talk to myself
Yeah.
out loud all the time. Or like, who you're talking to? Which makes me think, I wonder if they would be confused when
Oh,
people are praying, because they wouldn't really know the dynamics of religion unless they have their own religion, which might be completely different. But it's like you just randomly
yeah.
talking out loud
Or headsets.
or headsets. Yeah.
Yeah. Talking. Well, I can even remember just not even for aliens, but for us, for a long time until everybody and their mom had like earbuds. If you had earbuds, people look at you like you were talking to yourself. Now you can't assume that somebody's crazy because they could be on their headphones or earbuds. Just because you can't see them doesn't mean they're not there.
Yeah, see, and I always make the mistake. I've never had anyone think I'm weird for, like, talking to myself because they make that assumption. But I'll have someone
Mhm.
talking and I'll think they're talking to me, and I'm like, "Oh, no, you're on the phone, and I just randomly started talking to you. This is weird."
Oh my gosh, that's happened to me too.
Alright, next question. What's the weirdest thing you get excited about?
Q-tips. I love Q-tips.
But do you
That is
use them
like
correctly?
the best. No, I use them in my ears like we're not supposed to, but I don't care because I love the feeling of cleaning my ears with Q-tips. I don't know why. I've always loved it, but I just do. This is going to be a new thing. Like, people are going to be listening and they're going to be like, wow, this girl's a freak. But you know what? If that is the weirdest thing that I like, I'll take it because there are some pretty weird stuff out there. Yeah, I like that. And another thing that I really like, but I don't think it's weird. Maybe people do. I don't know. I love the smell of fresh cut grass.
I
Like
like
I
it
love
too.
it so much. I don't know why, but I do. I'm just like, and then I start sneezing because why be normal and not have allergies and yeah. So yeah, what about for you?
I don't know if there's anything really weird I get excited about. I mean, I get excited about for the first sip of an energy drink in the morning, or when you're ready for bed and the pillowcase is cold.
Huh, I've never thought about that. Probably because by the time I go to sleep, I'm so exhausted that the only thing I'm thinking about is trying to make it in the bed before I pass out.
Ooh, or the feeling after you
Uh,
shave your legs before your hair starts growing back.
mm, I'll give you that one. No, I'm like a woolly mammoth. I shave my legs one day, and before 24 hours is up, I'm already prickly.
Next question applies to you too. So, what's the funniest parenting fail you've ever had?
Oh my gosh, I still feel guilty. You're gonna laugh at me, but you already know this, I'm sure, because every time I think about it, it makes me so sad. Okay, so we naming names? No, we're not naming names, are we? My kids? Does it
I
matter?
you've already mentioned their names, so
Oh, sweet. Okay, Ian. So Ian is my baby that's 17, and he has spina bifida. Anyway, so when he was it was before I was pregnant. So he must have been one or two, maybe one and a half, one or two, somewhere. Anyway, before I was pregnant with my daughter is where I was getting at with that. Um, let's see. So I nursed all of my kids. Let me go back a little bit. I nursed all my kids and I co-slept with them. Don't care if you like it or not. I did it. That's what worked best for me and my babies. And guess what? They're all still alive. So, anyways, but I nursed all of my kids and I co-slept with them. Well, once I stopped nursing them, then they went to their beds. They had their own bed. And yeah, it was a fight for a little bit because, for the first year, they were co-sleeping with me, but it maybe like 2 weeks of fighting and then they were back, they were good in their beds. Anyways, so Ian cannot walk, he's wheelchair bound, and one day it was nap time. It was I don't know how long it had been since I quit nursing him, but anyways, I put him in his bed, and normally, he was really good about going to sleep. He would go in there, he'd fuss for a minute, then he'd go to sleep. I swear, I kid you not, it was probably like 20 minutes of him crying. And I was just like, what the heck is wrong with this kid? I ignored him. I was like, he'll go to sleep eventually. Blah, 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 blah. I was on my, doing things, cleaning, whatever I was doing. I don't remember. And then all of a sudden he got quiet. And I was like, okay, so now he's probably sleeping. I'll just wait a few minutes more until he's, good and asleep. And then I'll go in and check on him just to make sure. And so I waited and I waited a little more and I didn't hear anything. And so I went into the bedroom. And when I went into the bedroom, I was so upset with myself. Instantly, I felt like the worst mom ever because Ian had got stuck standing up in between the bed and the wall and he could not move. And that is
oh,
probably why he was crying for 20 minutes. And I did absolutely nothing. I ignored him. And I felt so horrible because I'm like, first of all, who the heck gets stuck in between the bed and a wall? Like, none of my other kids did that. What the heck? But anyway, yeah, I felt awful. Like, so awful. I cried. I cried so much. And every once in a while now, when I'm feeling, my mom guilt, I like cry about that because I'm just like, how could I let my baby? But there's always I've heard from lots of moms that moms always make a big mistake that they feel guilty about. One with Tegan. Oh my gosh, I have one with each one of my kids. That's so awful. With Tegan, I remember him and I were like, he wanted to come in and I told him no to stay in the car because Ian was a baby. And I left the car running and I was just running into the house to grab the diaper bag and then come right back out. Well, I opened the door and I gave him his sippy and then I closed the door. Well, little did I know he had his fingers in the doorway. So I shut his fingers in the door, but I didn't hear him, because I was outside and I went in the house and I came back and he couldn't open the door because it was child locked. When I opened my door, he was screaming and I was like, what is your problem? And he was crying. And yeah, I shut his fingers in the door.
oh
Yay,
no.
best mom ever. Yeah, I was like awful. And then you remember that one time when we went to Walmart and I was carrying my Tay in the car seat, and all of a sudden, like my arms were just like, nope, we're done. And you caught my Tay. Like, I mean, she was in the car seat, so she wouldn't have got hurt, but it probably would have scared the crap out of her because I like my hands just stopped working and I like dropped the car seat, but you grabbed her so she didn't fall down. Do you remember that?
I don't remember that, but I'm going to remember it now because it makes me sound like a hero. I am officially a hero, people.
Yes, yes, you were. I can't believe you don't remember that. Like, I was shocked that you were so quick to catch her, like the car seat before it fell down.
That's my
That
crowning
was the
moment.
craziest thing ever.
I have another.
Yep.
I'll tell you my mistake with one of your kids, but you tell me Romans last, and then I'll tell you what happened.
Okay. So I haven't done anything with Aiden, but he's only 7 months. So there's that. Roman, we stayed in a hotel, and this was totally not my fault, but it kind of was my fault. And this is probably why they tell you not to co-sleep. But anyways, we were at a hotel and he was like 10 months old, and none of my kids fell out of the bed. None of them. And I was trying to hold him, and he must have been too hot or something. I don't know, but he pushed away from me and he landed on his head on the floor off of that bed. And I don't know about every hotel, but every hotel that I've been in, the beds are really high. And I remember hearing that clunk, and then he just freaked out. And I was like, okay, I've ruined my child. Yeah. So those were my four major ones that I remember vividly because I felt like the lowest of low. It was awful. It was so awful. Like you do the best that you can do and you make mistakes because we're all human, but man, those that mom guilt is a real thing. It
You
is a
know,
real thing.
years from now, when your kids are going to a therapy as adults, and they're like, "Do you have any childhood memories, like traumatic memories? Do you want to talk about?"
Right? Ian's gonna be like, my mom made me stand up while I was taking a nap. Even
Love
though
it.
he can't even stand.
So for
Yeah.
my only one that I remember was with Roman. Um, we were at mom's house, and she had those steep basement stairs. You know, the basement's creepy.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And Roman was just a toddler, and he was walking in front of me, and there wasn't a gate on the stairs. And I just remember him turning, and then he just flew down the stairs. Like he touched the first step, and then he hit the very bottom.
I
And
remember
I
that.
remember it going in slow motion, and my brain's like, grab him, grab him, grab him. And I just stood there and just watched him hit the ground. And I'm like,
Because you
oh
were in shock.
shit. I was in shock. And I'm like,
I don't
oh,
remember him freaking out. I just
he
remember like
didn't.
okay, I was gonna say I don't remember that at all. I just remember you freaking out.
Yeah, I was freaking out. He didn't freak out, which made me freak out even more. I'm like, "Oh, he's really damaged
Is he
now.
alive?
He's
Is he
broken."
okay? You're like, I ruined my sister's kid. Oh, that's funny. See, and it's a thing. Like there's only so much you can do, and children are just crazy. Like, and you do the best that you can, and there's nothing you can do about it. Oh, I was talking about how naughty he is. So he's like really, really, really naughty, and he just started. Oh my gosh. Like, I don't even know what I was doing. I think I set him down in his jumper. Like, he's got like a little exerciser thing where you can like set him in and he can jump around. It's not like the Johnny jumpers that you like attach to the doorway, but it's like an actual exerciser thing, whatever you want to call it. Anyways, like a walker, but it's you jump in it. So I put him in there and he did his fake little cry because he wanted me to get him out. And then he started like really angry and aggressively screaming at me. And I'm like, who are you talking to, boy? Like, I don't know who you think you're talking to, but it ain't me, boy.
Oh, that's
He's gonna be
funny.
really bad. I always tell him, you're bien travieso como tu papá. Like you're a big troublemaker like your dad. For
And
sure.
it'll be interesting to see with the age gap in your children how different his upbringing is going to be from the other kids.
Oh, yeah. And especially because I'm at a different time in my life, completely different. Like before, when I was married, like I tried to please my husband, but I also remember making him mad a lot because I also tried to please my family as well. And so it was hard. It was really hard to juggle the two. And So I remember focusing a lot on pleasing him and not as much as the kids. Like, my kids were my world, don't get me wrong. Like, I did everything and I focused more on them when they were little, just because I wanted to be a good mom, you know, I wanted to do all the fun things and do all the, like, crafty things that you see all the TikTok moms or whatever you wanna call them. You know, all the, like, what are they called? The fake moms is what I call them because ain't nobody that perfect. Anyways, um, but, you know, I wanted to do all that stuff, and so I had different, like, thoughts, and with this one, like, I want to spend time with him, and I have a lot more patience with him, but I also am not like, "We have to take 14,000 pictures, and we have to do this, and we have to do that." I'm kinda just like, "Eh, if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't." In fact, all 4 of my older kids, they had toys coming out of their ears, and this guy, he finally has, like, maybe 10 toys, and a lot of people are like, "Well, he's an infant." Yeah, but he's at that stage where he's starting to play with toys. He needs stuff to play with, and I'm like, "Here's a box. Good luck." No. Anyway, so I've been buying him toys, but yeah, it's completely different. Like, I am a little worried about how he's gonna be because 'cause I'm also way more, like, relaxed myself, and so I'm afraid that I'm gonna be like, "Just let him do it." And my T keeps telling me, "Mom, I can't wait until he can walk." I was like, "Girl,
You're gonna regret
yes, you
that.
can. You're gonna be mad once he starts walking because he's gonna be getting into everything, and you're gonna be chasing him and not be able to watch your phone or do other things because you're chasing after him." Like, "Just you wait. Why do you think I got the little pack and play?" Well, the big pack and play that I can lay in, and he can play in it while I'm in it.
Oh,
So,
it's gonna be fun. But I'm glad the
yeah,
kids
I
are
know, I love
involved
it.
with them, you know, 'cause you always worry with the age gap that they would have no interest.
Yeah, and Maite's really the one, she does love him, but she's the one that I've been fighting with a lot, although recently she's been better. Roman, on the other hand, ooh, he made me so mad yesterday. I was like, "I am done with you, boy. Get out of my face before I lose it," because, like, I had to volunteer, so I went to the food pantry, and Brandon told me that I would be doing the computer stuff, so I was like, "Okay, well, I'll just bring Aiden with me, and he can sit on my lap and chew on his snacks, drink his little sippy cup, and he'll be fine because 'cause he'll be on my lap." Well, then another lady came and took that computer job, so he's like, "So I need you to load cars." So I went to, you know, try to hold him and load cars, and Dana's like, "No, let the boys do it. We got plenty of boys out here. You go inside." So then I went inside, and then they were like, "Hey, we want you to do the meat part of it." And I was like, "Okay, well, it's really hard to hold a baby with one hand and open the freezers and grab the meat and put them in a box and put them in the cart and then push the cart." So anyways, it was fun. So I decided that I was gonna go get Roman, so I left there, I went and picked Roman up, and then I came back. He watched the baby literally for, like, 45 minutes-ish, and then he was throwing a fit, and I told him we were gonna be there for 3 hours. After 40, 45 minutes, he was ready to be done, and he was throwing a fit. I'm like,
Mm,
"Boy, you are gonna get it." Yeah. Anyway, I went off on a tangent, I don't even know why I went onto that, but yeah. Okay.
but I'm excited about this one. This one's gonna be hard to answer, and we might offend people, but,
You keep saying that with every single one of them.
um, if every family had a mascot, what would ours be?
A tornado,
That's what I was
a
thinking.
like a hurricane, a massive earthquake, a tsunami, like, we are a hot mess.
Yeah, I was gonna say, one of those, like, horror themed creature monsters that are just a bunch of body parts that just are grouped together, whatever, I don't know what they call that, but just like a massive random body parts mushed together.
Yes,
That's what
like,
we are.
we are all, yes, yes, and people are probably gonna get mad, but you know what? It's not a lie. Like, I always hear from people, like, we should get together, and this isn't just our family, but like we should get together. Let's do it this day. Let's do it that day. Blah 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 blah. And then nothing ever gets planned. And it's not just their fault, it's my fault too. But to me, I'm thinking like, if you really wanted to spend time, you would. No excuses. There's no reason. And so to me, I'm like, you want to spend time with me? Cool. You don't want to spend time with me? Cool. But I'm not going to go out of my way to spend time with you if you won't do it the same for me.
Yeah, and I'll rip that Band-Aid off. So we do not have the especially like even our small family or our extended family, we don't have the picture perfect family. We don't have the oh, we're all so close and we did all these things. We did family get-togethers when our grandmother was alive and our aunt was alive, but it was never
They
like
never went
everyone
well though.
people just wanted to come and eat and leave. It was like how fast can we get out of here?
Oh my gosh, yes. Like for Christmas, eat, open presents, leave. And that, oh my gosh. Okay, I don't even want to go on a tangent, but that's one thing that I loved about my ex-husband's family. And even to this day, like they still invite us, even though I'm not with my ex-husband. Like they do things together as a family. Like I love that. Like, I love that. I want to, and I remember like I used to have to fight all the time to get everybody there. And then once Grandma and Aunt Judy passed away, like everybody went their separate ways. And I'm like, I tried for a while, but honestly, like it's hard to get things going when it's one-sided. And even if they like when they were trying to make an effort and I was just like, yeah, no, I'm over it. Like it's hard to do things when it's one-sided. So
When
we
there's
all have to
this
work together, but we don't.
weird thing of telephone with our family. We have like a clicky high school family too. Like we
Oh
have
my
people
gosh,
that they're in all
yes.
their own little cliques. They don't invite other people to the get-togethers, but they're upset that you didn't go, even though you didn't know it was happening. Or if you do get invited, it's to an event where they want gifts. I'm like, they just I don't have the mental energy to do it. Because we've had plenty of celebrations. We're like, we're going to invite the entire family, and not once out of my 39 years of life have I invited everybody and everybody came. The only people that ever came to anything that I did was my sister.
Hmm. And I
So
will always
eventually
come every time.
you
I
just
mean,
get
unless I'm like dead or something.
uh, when you just get worn down after a little bit. And it's not like that we want to be cynical. We really don't, especially as we get older and people
Mm-mm.
are getting older. And I have like grand nieces and nephews that I've never met. And I mean, there's aunts and uncles and cousins that I don't even remember their names because I haven't seen them since I was a kid.
Oh my gosh, I know. And then like as we get older, like, and we're not even old, but as we get older, people are passing away more. And so that's what bothers me is like we're 40, our parents are in their 60s. Like it's scary. Like, I don't know.
You know what's
Yeah,
sad?
it's huh.
I had someone ask me like, "How many siblings do you have?" And I'm like, "I have five. I have 5 siblings." You're like, "Oh, how old are they?" I'm like, Fuck, how old am I? I don't know. I know your age. I guessed Kim's age, our oldest sister. I'm pretty close. The other ones, I'm like, I don't know. Are they in their 50s now? Or is one of them's in their 20s? I don't know. I don't know how old they are.
Right? Yeah, I don't know how our youngest sister is, but she's in her mid-20s, I would say.
Uh, Ooh. What's an everyday object that secretly makes you angry? I can tell you one.
Okay, I can think
Those
of lots of things that make me angry, but yeah, I
the
don't know.
little metal door stoppers on the springs, because I kick them every single time.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I hear that. Okay, well, if we're gonna look at it like that, my gate. So I love the gate there and had dad's dog not broke my fancy gate, um, I wouldn't have to worry about it, but he broke it twice. And so we took it completely off, and now I just have a baby gate, and that gate royally makes me angry because you would think it would be so easy for me to pick it up and move it, but nope, nope. I try to step over it, and every time I almost eat crap, and I never learn. will when I break my arm or something, but yeah, I don't know. So I kicked it this morning because it got stuck on my foot as I was stepping over it, and I took a big old chunk out of it, and I'm like, oh, pretty soon this is not going to be useful.
If
Okay.
ghosts existed, do you think they get
Hmm.
annoyed by other ghosts? Like, do you think there's a ghost community?
Oh, interesting. I would think so. Yeah. That's so funny that you mentioned that because I made Tegan play Phasmophobia. Oh, I actually said it right for the first time. Anyway, but yeah, I would think so. But I feel like at that point, you're kind of over the trivial, stupid, like pointless stuff. You know what I mean? Like I get annoyed over some things that are so unimportant. But at the time, they seem like a big deal, and then later on, I'm like, "Huh, do I really get mad about that? Like, why?" And so I feel like at that point, of course, they'll probably be annoyed, but not as much as we are now. Everything hurts everybody's feelings if you have an opinion anymore. And I feel
When
like once you're at that point, you're not gonna care.
when I wonder, so that makes me think of questions. Because I mean, no one really knows about that realm and ghosts and everything. We have our own thoughts and opinions. But like,
Mhm,
is the whole premise of you can only haunt where you died, or I imagine like if you're a ghost and you're stuck in the same area, the other ghosts may not be the ones that annoy you unless you're constantly stuck with them. But it might be the people
mhm.
that are living in that space because then you get to watch and see everything that they're doing, and they might have like these quirks that just annoy the crap out of you.
Yes. Yeah, yep, I can see that.
There's the what's the weirdest compliment you've ever received?
Mm. So people tell me all the time, like with my job, that I have a soothing voice. And I don't know. So I had one day where I got a guest and he was telling me how he's worked in customer care and he said that I have a really soothing voice and I do a really good job. And he said he didn't want to get off the phone because he wanted to keep talking to me. And I was like, And then I had another guest that was kind of the same thing, but he was like, you're really cool. I want to keep talking to you. I want to meet you. And I was like,
Ah,
what do I say in this situation? Anyway, but yeah, that's kind of like my voice is soothing. Like, what? What? Okay.
you tell us, listeners, is her voice soothing? Should we do an ASMR episode?
Oh my gosh. That'd be popular among the young crowd. It's so
That's what
funny. Like,
drives me
huh?
nuts. I don't mind like the soft voice, but when they start scratching the microphone and the crinkling stuff, I can't handle it. Um, for
Mhm.
for me, when I started online dating, that's when you get some really weird compliments. And the one that stands out to me the most was like this guy's like, "You have small feet. I like your small feet." Like, thank you. So you can stand
That is so weird.
next to the kitchen sink and do the dishes. I'm like, okay.
Weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I think that would weird me out too. Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah, I've also had like some weird questions, not compliments, but they ask me some random things. I'm like, why on earth would I ever tell you that? They're like, what color is the hair on your butthole? I don't know. I can't see my butthole.
What? Oh my gosh, people are so weird.
We could do an entire episode on weirdest things people say.
That's awesome. Yeah, I have people telling me their entire life story. Um, as I'm like trying to keep my phone conversation average handling time at 5 minutes. Oh, I'm like, this
Isn't
is
it?
ridiculous. It's not happening.
Isn't it fun how you can work in customer service and you end up being a therapist?
Yes, it's true though. It's true. Like, and I don't mind, honestly. Like, I talked with a lady and I actually felt really sad for her because it's a legitimate thing. Like, this lady was an older lady and she needed, oh, I can't say without saying. Anyway, she needed something that I had to take care of in my position. And she was going on about how she doesn't want to irritate other people. And I was like, are you serious? Like, I mean, you're not doing anything that's in your or that's in your control. So if that irritates them, then they can go somewhere else, in my opinion. And then it made me think about like wheelchairs, like people are in wheelchairs and like some people are like, I don't want to be in their way. I don't want to hold them up. You know what? They can walk around. And if they don't like that, don't go there. Go somewhere else. Like, I don't know. I hate that. That makes me very upset.
Oh yeah, I have that feeling. That's why I don't go out into a lot of public places because I have that mentality of I'm taking up someone else's space, which is more of a trauma response than anything. So when people tell you that, it's because they've been through a situation that caused them to feel that way. But I think
Mm.
I think we are good with our round of questions. So we're gonna
Okay.
wrap it up. If there's anything random or anything you want to say before we jump off, I appreciate you jumping on and recording an episode with me and having some ramblings. It was fun.
Yeah, it was fun. I did have a lot of fun. Now, is it time for me to go to bed yet? Oh yeah, it's 7:30. I can go to bed in half an hour and sleep all night.
Thank you, everyone, for joining Life Happens and Then You Die podcast. It's been a blast. Her and I have had a lot of fun. If you liked this episode, make sure you leave a comment, like it, do all the fun things that software allows you to do to show support. And we will see you again, or I guess you will hear us again next week.
Again. Sounds good. Bye.